Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, I got a lot of questions about this one. Jason Peters, offensive tackle for the Cowboys last year, looking to come back for his 20th NFL season. Clearly, the Jets have some offensive line concerns. Could this be a potential fail-safe option for the New York Jets in the event that maybe Dwayne Brown's not healthy, Mekhi Becton can't really, maybe he's not ready to take on a full game. You got Max Mitchell coming back from the blood clots. Just a lot of confusion and maybe uncertainty with the offensive line. So could this guy be an option? I want to go over the cost, how he played last year, specifically at the right tackle position. And then I want to go into some of his more of the thought process and discussion points of it all. So let's hop right into it. This is coming from Adam Schefter. Says 9-time Pro Bowler Jason Peters, who is a free agent, said today he still plans to play this season in what would be his 20th NFL season. Peters started his career as an undrafted free agent in 2004 with Buffalo. So yes, very seasoned offensive tackle. Spent the majority of his years with Philadelphia. His scouting report, he is a free agent, obviously, so you don't have to trade for him. He's 41 years old, so I think that is actually the oldest player in the NFL as of right now. He played left tackle, left guard, and right tackle just 1 year ago. So this guy's still moving around the offensive line. We just heard Robert Saleh talk about how valuable it is to have guys be able to play at all these different positions. You see Tippmann playing at center, left guard, AVT, left tackle, left guard, right tackle, Mekhi Becton, left tackle, right tackle. Literally, these guys are playing all over the formation because you don't know who's going to be healthy, and you have to be ready to hop into the starting lineup potentially with different guys next to you at a different position. So him having that positional flexibility is a plus for the New York Jets. Last year, he gave up 1 sack, 1 hit, and 9 hurries in his snaps that he played. No penalties in 2022, and he's only had 3 penalties in total since 2020. So he's played a good amount of games. He was in Dallas last year. He was in Chicago the year before that, and then Philly the year before that was his final year there. While Joe Douglas was in Philadelphia 2016 to 2019, Jason Peters was there. Now, the last thing we got to see from Joe Douglas as far as being in Philadelphia was the Eagles drafting Andre Dillard, a tackle who was in theory, supposed to overtake Jason Peters. But Jason Peters was like, nah, dude, I'm 35 years old at this point. I'm just going to keep playing for another 6 years, another career and a half for an NFL player. That's how good this dude wound up being. But yeah, so Douglas took a tackle, or at least the Eagles took a tackle the last time he was in Philadelphia. The cost for Jason Peters would be about $2 million. Each of the last 2 years, his cap hit has been under $2 million. So I don't think you're getting him for an inflated contract. The Jets have $10 million in salary cap space right now. So you're talking just $2 million of the $10 million to have a guy that, even if he's slightly washed, is really not too bad for the positional value and flexibility that you could have. Not to mention some veteran leadership. Not that you don't already have that with Dwayne Brown and Laken Tomlinson, but I'm not going to cry over $2 million, I think. Let's see. When you look at, boom, Pro Football Focus score, 70.3 overall. 70.3. To put that in perspective, the Jets' current offensive line, as of right now, only Elijah Vera Tucker. I should put a little background on this. I did not. Only Elijah Vera Tucker has a higher PFF grade. And now that's not the be-all, end-all, because it's not really there's plenty of grades where they've had Quinnen Williams far lower than they should have had him, and so there's not an exact science. But as far as these metrics kind of go, that's sort of the value you're looking at right here with the Jets' current starting offensive line, assuming Mekhi Becton isn't the starter at right tackle or something along those lines. But does Jason Peters make sense? Well, I want to take a look at a drive from the Houston game last year. It was week 14, I believe. The Cowboys starter, Terrence Steele, went down with an injury. They had Josh Ball come in. He was struggling mightily. It got down to the final moments. Cowboys are down, going on the final game-winning drive. They're pinned deep inside their 5-yard line. They're like, hey, Jason Peters, we know you haven't done this since 2005, but we could use your help. Could you play right tackle for a little bit? And he's like, yeah, I'll go out there. Let's see what we can do. So I want to jump into the film, kind of look at what each one of those snaps looked like in a moment's notice and how that could potentially bode well for the New York Jets moving forward. All right, so I want to take a look at this final drive here against Houston. 3 minutes 20 left on the clock. Cowboys down by 3. Jason Steele has gone out with an injury. Josh Ball was unable to hold up on the right-hand side. He caused an interception due to the lack of protection he had earlier in the game, and the Cowboys are facing an upset to the 1-10-1 Houston Texans. Jason Peters comes in after 20 years, says, all right, yeah, guys, I got this. Don't you worry. I'll hop in at right tackle. It's been 2005 since I was last there. So you see him circled at the top of your screen, drops back into his pass set, definitely gets pushed back. A little bit of a hold maybe right there. Dak's able to get the ball away. So this is good by Dak, knowing that his offensive protection may not be holding up due to a little bit of, maneuvering around here. But overall, first snap, not ideal, but Dak gets it out. We move forward now. 2:52 left on the clock. Watch this stunt that Peters picks up and passes off to Zach Martin. I thought this was pretty impressive. Chop, chop, chop. Boom. Recognizes it. Hits his guy. And then peels off. Gets to 91 and pushes him back behind the quarterback. Dak's able to step up and go right through the hole that was created there. That was a good play by Jason. We go to 2nd and 1. Washes his guy out behind Dak. He's able to step up into that hole and deliver a good pass. 1st and 10. Minute 20 left. Watch, as soon as he grabs onto his guy, boom, not going anywhere. Look at that wide base he's got. As soon as he locks in, he barely gets driven back at all. Now you do see Dak kind of has to short hop this a little bit. Can't really tell if Peters' leg hit Dak's right leg at all on that come through, but Dak's able to deliver a strike down close to the 20. 1st and 10. Peters dropping back. Again, watch him lock on as soon as he gets his guy. That anchor, wide base. Guy pushes him back, but he's not getting to Dak. Dak's able to step up, deliver another strong ball. This is probably the worst snap that I've seen in this series of events from Jason Peters. Now you're going to watch number 20 come across the screen, and Jason Peters is going to crash down to the left. It almost looks like this ball could have had the option to get handed off to Pollard, cutting across right there, but Zeke's able to come by and kind of clean up this little bit of a mess. I guess that's why he's in pass protection right there, maybe to give that illusion. But yeah, tight end peels off. Peters is locked into the defensive tackle. Number 92 is able to just kind of come free. This winds up being a drop. And then we go into the final play of the drive. This is a run play. Jason Peters is going to lock onto his dude. Just not allow him anywhere near the ball. So overall, in a pinch, Jason Peters is able to come in and secure that right-hand side to ultimately get the Cowboys all the way down the field in just 3 minutes' time to score the go-ahead score here against the Texans. Now, of course, the Texans are not a crazy, fantastic team, but these are all NFL-caliber players. I don't think you necessarily have to rain on any kind of parade here. But again, you're talking a $2 million prospect here. You're not talking some $20 million tackle that you're looking to bring in here. You're talking middle of August. So overall, not too upset with what we saw from Jason Peters in this series. So overall, Jason Peters, I wouldn't mind this addition. I don't think this solves any type of tackle situation for the New York Jets, but I think at the very least, if you're talking about a $2 million option that could at the very least provide, call it 5 games worth of stability. Like let's say Dwayne Brown goes out or Mekhi Becton goes out, or they're down for like a game or two, Peters is a very, very capable backup with positional flexibility, and you don't have to worry about kicking AVT out to one of the tackle spots. You can keep him inside where you want to keep him. So, guys, I want to hear from you. Do you want Jason Peters? Do you think it's worth going after him? Do you think he's too old and he's washed and you don't want to, even worry about it? Let's roll with the young guns that we got. I want to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. What should we do? Jets offensive line, Jason Peters, is he an option? And as always, go Jets.